Staying in the Eastern Conference, as y'all know, well, some of y'all that don't know that may not have, seen it on social media. You didn't get the Woj bomb, you didn't get the Shams report, the tweet, anything like that. Busy day at work. We're going to update you. Pascal Siakam has been traded for Bruce Brown. Jordan Nwora was sent to the Raptors along with Kira Lewis Jr., and it was a total of 3 first-round picks for Pascal Siakam. What was y'all takeaway from this trade? I did not expect 3 first for Pascal. That seemed a little hefty to me.
I mean, I think when you look at it, this is their way of trying to secure his rights for free agency and kind of build that relationship from here until the end of the season. So, like, Siakam's a good power forward in the NBA. Like, 23, close to 10 boards, 5 assists. Like, he's good. And this Pacers team is pretty good when Tyrese is out there and he's pushing the pace. I think he adds a different dimension, something that they don't really have on this team right now. So it should be interesting to see how things, click once Tyrese comes back. But yeah, 3 first-round picks. I wasn't expecting that. But hey, Masai Ujiri's getting things done over there, and he's one of the better GMs. So he's able to work these trades. He got 3 first-rounders for Pascal, Bruce Brown, who probably is going to get flipped at some point. And then he got RJ and IQ from the Knicks. So he's starting to retool this roster and kind of – they won the chip a few years ago, and now it's sort of a one-and-done thing. So now you kind of got to move on from some of these guys, and that's what most teams don't do. They try to keep going with the older folks like the Warriors, and kind of over time you realize maybe we should have moved off some of these guys sooner. So, I mean, shout out to him for getting rid of Pascal, OG before free agency and all that stuff to get something for him.
Hey, he did a good job. I think the price of the trade and the 3 first rounders you see it's because you got to think about it. Like, they wanted Jerry's Walker, and they wanted Mathurin, I think it was, or it might have been Mathurin, I think it was. And so the price of not including those guys in the trade was 3 first rounders, I guess, and they thought that was worth it. I don't think that trade makes you a championship team. I don't know how many more tradable first round picks they have for another swing, because they're going to need to make another swing at this thing to try to win a championship with Tyrese being there. And that's the thing that really is interesting to me, is what they do to try to vault them into a real championship conversation somewhere down the line. They're going to be fun to watch, in the interim, but how long before a guy like Tyrese Halliburton wants more? And he strikes me as the kind of guy who's going to be happy living in Indiana. He just looks like an Indiana kind of guy, but you never really know, that place can get pretty dreary, and living out in Indiana is not very appealing for most. So we'll see what happens there. But Pascal, in terms of, where I thought he'd go that would make him a championship contender the entire time, I thought it was Dallas was probably the most interesting fit, was going to be Dallas because they'd have Kyrie and Luka there, but with him, and it'd be interesting. I'm not saying they'd win it, but it does make them a team that could be a dark horse out there. That being said, I don't think that the same is the case for the Pacers. I think the Pacers are still behind Boston. Boston has a comfortable lead on them because they play defense and the Pacers don't. And I don't think Siakam's going to bring an all-world defensive mentality to your team. I just don't see it. But I think he'll help a bit, but not too much. So, I mean, the outlook of the team is what it is. They'll be fun. They can win a round in a series and maybe even win 2. Like, they remind me of the Hawks of a few years ago. They kind of look like that team with Trae Young and those guys that got to the Eastern Conference Finals. So we'll see. But yeah, I thought it was a bit of overpay, but they're going to pay him, so I guess that'll make it worth it to them. When you're Indiana, you can't, beggars can't be choosers. Guys don't go there very often.